Well, hello there everybody, and how is everybody doing? That's watching this video. I hope you guys are doing great, because I'm doing fantastic. Let me go and just turn up this real vehicle speed mod. So you're probably wondering, Cole, why are you cutting more hay? Well, you see, we're almost out, and I decided to go ahead and clear more trees off the camera. Right here where we're cutting at, I think I'm just going to turn this into like a little haying pasture, just where we can have, like a set spot for our hay to get for the cattle. And I figured it would look amazing, with this, the way it is. And I did turn down my shaders, as you guys seen in the last video, compared to the other, I think it was the, I lost my train of thought there, but the Kruger, Mississippi episode, my Kruger, Mississippi episode, it was like really bright. So I tried toning everything down a little bit. And I did add in a few other mods, while I was out. And I added in the N7 gleaner, well, the gleaner that is made by Midwest himself, the headers that he made. So we will hopefully be upgrading to that eventually over time. But I went through here and I just deleted all these trees off camera. But if you guys do like this type of content, please be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell to where you guys don't miss a single video that I upload. And another thing that I've done while off camera from the last episode is there's a couple of rocks that I seen that I wanted to go ahead and get out of the way and everything like that. Let's just keep going and get this grass mowing, getting this grass cut and everything, and try to get more hay made. I know this episode is going to consist of us hopefully harvesting one of our other fields that we have already seeded. Yeah, we're going to be able to harvest and everything like that. And other than that, I don't really know what else we got going on the farm, and I'm just going to periodically check in with you guys while we're doing this. But yeah, I'm going to put a fence around this little grass portion here and make it into a haying pasture for us to get more feed. So let me get this cut and windrowed and tedded and all that to get our hay bales, and I will see you guys here in a bit. Alrighty, so we went ahead and got all this baled up, and as you can see, our money is a little bit lower, but we did start building the fence around the new pasture. We got all the way up from the front, all the way down along the drive. We added a little gate right here and got all the way over there, but the problem is we didn't have enough money to finish it. And while off camera as well, I went ahead and started cutting the back side of the property because I think we're going to try to expand. And as you can see, it is also July 1st, which means we get to do our first harvest. So let's go and pull this baler out of here. We can leave that open. We don't plan on putting any cattle over there for the time being. Let's go and grab the harvester out and everything like that. And as you can see, I did clear out some more trees over here. I'll show you what I've done off camera. Cleared out most of these trees right in here, to where I had access to all that. Cut a few more. We got our stockpile of lumber here, and we actually got to start this back up. We probably won't get a whole lot out of this because we only have 7,000 liters inside of here out of the wood out of 14,000. But we're going to go and activate the wood beams. We're going to let that do its thing. And then we need a tractor. Oh yeah. But let's go and get the old harvester out. Hopefully I can get it around the planter. If not, we will just have to push it out of the way. We may only end up having to use this harvester for one harvest and one harvest only, and that's this one. We will have to buy a corn head as well because I didn't realize that we didn't have a corn header, and in the last video I meant to plant soybeans instead of corn, but it is what it is. We will just try to get everything done and get it done properly. I did go and talk to the builders. We need at least 40,000 if not more to be able to build our new cattle pasture. And I think we'll go and start with the small field first here on the farm. Go and get that one knocked and done out of the way, because if we get the money, I plan on expanding the farmyard a little bit. I'll cut the rest of that grass off camera, get all that baled up. And we'll probably make it into silage bales actually, instead of, hay, because we'll have plenty of hay bales for quite some time and everything like that. Let's go ahead and lower the header, turn it on, and we can probably actually go inside. Can we toggle straw for this? Since we have the toggle enable straw mod or whatever it's called. Let's see, pipe out, open power tools, enable straw swath, right alt. Straw is not available for this crop, so we don't have that mod in. And I don't think we'll get a very good yield off this, but let me go ahead and jump you guys into a time lapse, and I will see you guys when we get the harvest done. Alrighty, so the harvester just filled up, and we got about halfway through this field before it filled up for it being a small hopper. But unfortunately, our hopper's not big enough, so we're just going to disconnect the rake right here, and we're going to go up here and grab the gravity wagon, and hopefully we can fit most of the wheat in there, or at least this hopper. We should be able to fit hopefully both hoppers inside that one gravity wagon, since we put the canola in the other gravity wagon. We're just going to sell all this crop straight off because, well, we really don't need the actual crop unless we decide to get into a production that uses one of them crops. So I'll probably just try to hook up both gravity wagons here and get both of them, you know, just go and get them both hooked up and everything like that. I need to actually turn my HUD back on to where I can see. And we're going to hook both of them back up over here. This is pretty cool, you know, being able to do our first harvest on this little abandoned farm, or this little farm. Well, actually, it's not even abandoned anymore. It's occupied. We got businesses coming into town, and we have a farmer's market that obviously you guys seen up there. While I was doing the time lapse, I was thinking, I think I know what I'm going to do with these patch of trees right here when I get the new cow pasture put in. And we're not going to use any of them trees to put inside of our wood production. I'm probably just going to just get rid of them all and just do it the way that we done with the other field, with the big field with the corn in it. Because when we get the new cattle pasture, I'm going to have the cattle, well, the fence come like down the other edge of the driveway. Let that be the big cattle pasture for that cattle pen and everything like that. But other than that, we're getting some money going. You know, we're going to be able to sell all this wheat, all this canola. And on top of us being able to sell all this, we also got them wood beams back there at the production that we can sell, which we'll get a pretty penny for. I'll probably go through and pick up a few of these other trees that are just laying down on the ground from when I cut them out. But let me go and finish this. Field, and then I will catch back up with you guys when we get this harvest completely done, or about to sell at least the gravity wagons full of stuff and also the wood beams. Alright, so we got the gravity wagon filled up with all the wheat. The entire hopper actually fit inside of this thing, and this, I think this is a 4755 or the 4055, one of them two. Okay, the 3650 is kind of struggling, even though we only have one full grain cart on here. Well, one full gravity wagon. The canola, we only got 1,000 liters, which was expected. You know, that was a small field. Didn't take us very long to seed it when we got it done. We got, I'd say, roughly 8-ish wood beam pallets over there that we can load up on the trailer and get all that sold. But let's see how much money we just make off of this stuff real quick. Let's hit the front gravity wagon first. Probably won't make a whole lot, and this will actually take a little bit of time to empty out. Should fix this a little bit, flatten it out a little bit more, and make it a little bit better. But let me get these emptied out and all that stuff, and I'll let you guys know how much we make off of both of them combined. Alright, so off the first hopper we made almost a little over 9,000. I'd say like $9,500. So almost 10 grand off that first hopper, and then another additional 2 grand off the little bit of canola that we had. So that's a pretty good harvest for our first harvest that we got off this farm. But let me get back over here to the farm, get the wood beams loaded up on the gooseneck, because I got a couple of other things I got to pull off there. Get these gravity wagons parked, and we'll bring those over to wherever they're going to be selling the best. And then I'm going to, hopefully we make enough money to where we can either build the new cattle pen. Actually, I'm going to, why I have you guys in here, we're going to go to forestry, wherever the crap that'll be at, and grab, I found a little fancy mod that I want to try. Is it under mulchers? Yeah, this is a devour tree mod, and we're just going to do Unreal and no capacity, and we're just going to try to just see if that'll work, and we'll just lease that and see if it's worth us actually using. I'm going to use that to get all these trees up here off to the right done, to where we can go and get that new cattle pasture built if we make the money to have the workers come and build it for us. So I'll see you guys once I get all that done. Alrighty, so we went ahead and got back to the farm, and as you can see, we got most of them trees cleared out. That little machine's working out great. So once we get this last little bit of trees cleared out, we'll be able to call the contractors and have them come down and build the new cattle pasture, which will work out great, and I am so ready for it. I got the LED settings kind of like dialed in about where I want them. Granted, the whole map's not going to render in, but it is what it is. I mean, I'd rather have like quality and all that over, you know, having everything shown on the map. But other than that, most of it renders in pretty well, if you ask me. But we do got, I was mistaken about the pallets too. We got 11 pallets of wood beams here. So we're going to go ahead and sell all these, see how much money we make, to see if we can't either upgrade the farm or buy some new equipment. So let's go ahead and unstrap these bad boys. It helps if I was on the actual trailer. Holy crap, $97,780. That is very, very nice. And we're actually going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get off camera, getting all these trees out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and bale up all that straw. And besides the pasture here, we're going to use these bales off to our left in the new pasture area for our cattle. But I went ahead and I cut all that grass behind the farm, and I'm going to go ahead and just bale those up and sell those off camera because I want to make as much money as we possibly can. So that's what I'm going to get done, is I'm going to get all that done, and hopefully by the end of the episode we can either buy some new equipment or get the farm rebuilt. So let's see, there's the 4755. So this is the tractor that we need right here. But guys, the farm's coming along fairly well. I'm actually enjoying how this farm is turning out. It's looking really good. We'll probably end up getting rid of the 7810 because I don't really use it a whole lot. I really don't need it. Oh, there's a couple little bit of logs there, but what we'll do is we're just going to get rid of those. Oh, and another thing that I did get rid of is I went ahead and got rid of the wood processing plant because it was costing us more money in the long run than what it was worth because of us having faster productions in. I didn't like paying all that money out, so we just go up to the trees like this, push this thing up against them, and then, well, usually it takes the tree completely out of the way like it did that first one, and hopefully it'll get rid of that stump. Is it not going to get rid of the stump? Maybe I just gotta finagle with it. Okay, there we go. Now I got rid of it. But yeah, this is literally all I'm going to keep going through, is just doing this and then get all these trees out of the way to hopefully get the rest of this cleared out of here. And then when I get done with this, I will bring you guys back in when we get all that stuff built up. I might actually try to lease a silage wrapper or get a silage wrapper where we can wrap the silage into bales or wrap that grass into bales, or just go ahead and sell the bales straight off as grass. But yeah, let me get all this done and out of the way, and I'll see you guys when we're about to do something else around the farm. Alrighty, so we got a lot done. Of course, it is now July 2nd in game, but we've done a lot. I went ahead and sold some logs, and as you can see, we are sitting at about 138,000, but we did get all the cattle pen and stuff built, as you can see off there in the distance. Let me just go ahead and get out here in the third person. So we went ahead and got the rest of the pasture fence built and got all them hay bales moved, and there's the new cattle pasture right there. It holds, I think, 200 head of cattle, but we just put all the cattle that we had in the old pen into this pen, and yeah, it looks pretty good. You know, the farm is looking amazing, and I went ahead and bought new equipment. I already got it delivered down here. I spent $300,000 for new equipment, and we went ahead and sold the old harvester, and we got the N7 gleaner, which is made by Farm Hub Modding, and I will put the link down in the description below, along with the 8-row corn head. We got the 8110, the 5488, which is also made by Farm Hub Modding, along with the Best Waste sprayer. So I think all this equipment is going to do us some justice. Now the only thing is we got to get a new shed, because we're starting to get the stockpile of equipment and we need a little bit more space. But let me just go and give you a rundown over here. So we got the new cattle pen right here. We got the dairy cattle in there, and we went ahead and we got this little milk collector thing to where we can go and start selling some milk when we get it. We also got the manure pit, which we got the little bobcat over there. We'll just have to get us in a manure spreader to be able to spread all that, keep up on that. We got all our hay bales in there, and I don't know what happened between this bale with this net wrap and those bales. I have no idea. And those are also, I think, 180 centimeter bales, I believe, or I end up selling those. But we also got this trailer, which is we've had for a little while. We still got the K brand feed mixer, which we will probably actually go and upgrade that. This is just a little bit of decorations. I'm going to add in the flagpole set to where I can put a nice flag right here and that be in the middle. But yeah, guys, like this farm's coming along good. Well, actually great. But there's the new harvester set up, and it's been 2 years since we've been in here, and we needed a new harvester with also a corn head because, you know, well, we got the corn over there. And one of my favorite tractors ever, okay, my bad, it's the 8210, but it's an 8000 series tractor. It's one of my favorites ever, especially by John Deere, just any 8000 in general. So it's going to be an amazing fit to this farm. And then obviously the 5488 International in the best way. But we still have all our other stuff. There's our net wrap, our one little pallet of seed. We got the 8650, the 3650 with the seeder, the 4755 with the New Holland Haybine mower, and then we also still got the 7810, which I could probably sell. And actually, now that we got better tractors, so let's find the 7810. How much will we get from that? 44 grand. And then that is the new baler. I went ahead and upgraded the baler because I forgot the Goel baler we were leasing and everything like that. But I got to get the planter pulled out of here. We're going to upgrade our big barn finally. What best way to break in one of the new tractors? We'll go and use a 5488 to pull this planter out of here. And the little field back there we still have, I'm probably just going to paint over that and just leave it the way it is and leave all that back there as grass. And then I'll go show you a couple of other things that I've done, because we got to go and get the, we need a lime spreader now that I think about it. Let's go and see what kind of lime spreaders we have, or even in general just fertilizer spreaders. We need something that'll do lime and just lime. There's a couple of other ones. We're just going to lease this for now. I have the store deliveries down here. That's why I said I went ahead and delivered that. We'll had it delivered to us. Let's go ahead and get it hooked up to the Kinsey planter real fast. Get this pulled out of the way to where we can go and get rid of this building. But yeah, we're going to go and get us a new and improved shop and everything like that. But again, if you guys are enjoying this series, please be sure to like and let me know down below. And also be sure to go check out my Facebook page, which will be linked in the description as well. See, what kind of shed should we go with? We don't want to go with nothing too big. That might be able to fit some of our equipment in it, maybe. This is awfully big, and we don't really need anything that big right now until, I mean, we could technically put that on the farm if we wanted to, but then we dang near be broke. We also got to get us a fuel container put down here on the farm as well, because we definitely need one of them. How big are you? You're itty bitty. That's like the shop that we have down there for the dealership, but we'll go with this little guy right here maybe. That, or we could just send it and just get the big old behemoth of a shed that we have as an actual shed, probably. Yeah, I think that's what we'll go and do. Is we're just going to get, or maybe even something like this, or I think we're just going to go big or go home. I do got some of the Welker buildings put in here as well. I think we're just going to go and go with this, but that is awfully big, and we don't have a whole lot of equipment. Yeah, no, we're not going to go with that right now, guys. I think we'll go with this little feller right here. You know, this is a pretty nice little shed, and it actually looks pretty nice. We can put it like right here, and then I'll fix all that here in a minute. You know, a little bit of ground deformation right there. We'll fix that all up and get that ready to go. But why not might as well just go and throw a couple of Quonsets in here while we're at it as well. Oh, those are 110 grand. Holy moly, things are expensive. What about the Welker little Quonset hut? I mean, we could also put this little guy in here, you know, for 16 grand just in case we need some extra storage. Now we'll put him right there, and then we'll fix the ground deformation, and I'll go show you guys a couple of other things. I was actually thinking about scratching this series and kind of enjoying it, to be completely honest. We'll go and level all this out a little ways just to where everything can be proper and we can access this store. You know, just access some of this stuff, get all this flattened out here. I think that should be good, and then we'll just make it look a little nice. That all flattened out, and then we'll do some painting. We need our gravel here. We're going to get all this painted in. Is there a door up here? No, there isn't, but there is. Don't tell me I put this building backwards. I did put this building backwards, so we'll have to sell that. It's already ready to go, so all I gotta do is just slap the building back down with the doors facing the proper way, and yeah, we'll be good to go. So we'll put that bad boy right there, and then we'll just do a little bit of smoothing here, get all that out of the way, and then we'll go and grab the painting. And because I'm gonna go ahead and get our field limed off of camera and get all that ready to go for our next planting, which won't be for a little while, and then I'll go through around like the buildings and stuff and fix all that up and get everything good to go. I think what we can do is we can just go do something like this, and then we might as well just go and bring this in here and then just do something simple, you know, to where we can have access to this behind here, and then obviously, you know, we'll paint all this in right here. We'll get all this painted in. We'll have to get the plow moved and then flatten that out a little ways. We'll flatten that out just a wee bit, and then we'll just bring this little walk path like this, and then I think we're good to go. I like it. Looks good. We're going to flatten this other little part out real quick. All right, perfect. So and then I'll get all this equipment put up here in a bit, but we need the spreader where we can go and spread our lime real fast, and then go and get that out of the way. But let me go and get this lime spreader hooked up and get lime filled up in it, and then I'll bring you guys back in and we'll wrap up the video there. Alrighty, so we went ahead and got the spreader filled up with lime. It's at about 88% full of lime and everything like that. Just the way the farm's turning out, guys, is, again, just amazing. I love how it looks. It looks great, and I'm so happy with how it's turning out. But as you can see, the rock in the middle of this field is now gone, and I will get up into the construction mode, and I will show you here real quick. I'm just going to get the GPS turned on here real fast with this bad boy, and then we're going to get some lime put down on this field. Our corn's growing in good. I got the LOD settings pretty much about the way that I want them, you know, for especially per performance on my PC, so that way it'll render in eventually, but the corn's coming in great, and I was just going to fly over that as well. We'll let my GPS do its thing. Corn is doing good. I don't know what these little spots are right here. I have no idea. It's made just from where I plowed it, but I went ahead and I went through off camera as well, and that's how we earned a lot more of our money. Is I went ahead and cleared out all these trees. As you guys can see, where the grass stops that we placed down. So I'm thinking about making another field, you know, just coming along the edge of this field, leaving a good headland off that field in the road, coming up around these trees, coming back up, down, around, coming along inside these trees, and then just connecting and making another field here, because we definitely need another field right there, you guys. Like, we need it. We're growing. I'm gonna have to put out an ad or something like that, maybe on Facebook, and let somebody know that I need some help on here. But with that being said, everybody, this is Cole Farms. I hope you guys are enjoying this type of content. Please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think of the series so far and the new farm layout. Granted, the farm's going to get a lot bigger and it's going to look a lot better. I think we're going to try to start upgrading our silos and stuff like that. But I got everything that I wanted to get done. I'm going to go and get this field at least finished, limed off camera. And the next episode will carry on from where we left off here, which will probably be us fertilizing this field and our cornfield and going to get all that out of the way. But that being said, everybody, I'll see you guys on the next one.